Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a very interesting and often overlooked coin, the Australia 5 cents coin from 1978, in very fine condition. If you're a coin collector, a beginner, or just someone curious about old coins and their value today, then this video is definitely for you. Stay with me till the end because I'll also share some useful tips that can help you grow your collection and maybe even increase its value over time. Let's start with a little bit of history. The Australian 5 cents coin was first introduced in 1966, when Australia shifted from its old currency system to the decimal system. The 1978 version of this coin is part of that early decimal era, which makes it historically meaningful. While it may not be considered extremely rare, it still holds a special place in collections because it represents a time when Australia was modernizing its currency and economy. Coins from this period are appreciated not just for their value, but also for their story. Now let's talk about the condition, because condition is everything in coin collecting. The coin we're discussing today is in very fine condition. This means the coin has been in circulation but still maintains clear details. The main design elements, like the echidna on the reverse side, are visible and sharp, though you might see some light wear on the higher points. The edges are still well-defined, and the overall appearance is attractive. A very fine coin is a great balance between affordability and collectability, making it a popular choice among collectors. Moving on to the background and composition of the coin, the Australian 5 cents coin is made of cupro-nickel, which is an alloy of copper and nickel. This composition gives the coin an appearance and also makes it durable. The coin has a diameter of around. One of the most iconic features of this coin is the echidna design on the reverse, which is a native Australian animal and adds a unique identity to the coin. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was standard for many Commonwealth coins of that era. This combination of design and material makes the coin both visually appealing and historically significant. Now let's talk about collector demand. The 1978 Australian 5 cents coin is not extremely rare, but it is definitely collectible. Many collectors look for coins from specific years to complete their sets, and 1978 is often included in these collections. The demand can vary depending on the condition, and coins in very fine or better condition are always more desirable. While it may not attract high-end investors, it is very popular among beginner and intermediate collectors. The fact that it is affordable also increases its demand, as more people can easily add it to their collections. Coming to the most important part, the current market value. In today's market, a 1978 Australian 5 cents coin in very fine condition usually sells for around $175,000 to $188,000. In some cases, if the coin has exceptional eye appeal or slightly better condition, it might fetch a little more. However, since this coin had a large mintage, its value remains modest. But remember, value in coin collecting is not just about money. It's also about history, passion, and the joy of collecting. Now I want to share some helpful tips for collectors. Always try to store your coins properly in coin holders or albums to prevent damage. Avoid cleaning your coins, because cleaning can actually reduce their value. Instead, keep them in their natural condition. Learn to identify different grades, because even a small difference in condition can significantly impact the value. Also, try to buy coins from trusted dealers or verified sources to avoid fake or altered coins. And most importantly, enjoy the process. Collecting coins is not just an investment, it's a journey full of learning and discovery. As we come to the conclusion, the 1978 Australian 5 cents coin in very fine condition may not be extremely valuable in terms of money, but it holds a strong place in the world of coin collecting. It represents a piece of history, a unique design, and an opportunity for collectors to build and expand their collections. Whether you're just starting out or already experienced, this coin is a great addition that combines affordability with historical charm. So if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting coin stories and values. Let me know in the comments if you have this coin or if you're planning to add it to your collection. Next up, Today, we are going to explore a small coin with a big story. The Australia 5 cents coin from 2012 in very fine condition, and most importantly, its market value today in dollars. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, but when you dive deeper into its history, design, and collector demand, you'll realize that even small coins can carry great significance and surprising value. So let's begin this journey together. The Australian 5 cents coin has been part of Australia's decimal currency system since 1966, when the country shifted from pounds and shillings to dollars and cents. The 2012 issue continues this long tradition, representing stability and consistency in Australian coinage. Now, when we talk about a coin being in very fine condition, it means the coin has been circulated, but still retains clear details. The design is visible, though slightly worn on the high points. It is not brand new, but it is far from heavily damaged. This condition is quite important because it directly affects the value of the coin in the collector's market. A 2012 coin in very fine condition tells a story. It has been used, passed from hand to hand, yet preserved well enough to remain attractive to collectors. The Australian 5 cents coin is made of cupronickel, which is a combination of copper and nickel. This gives the coin durability and a silver-like appearance that resists corrosion over time. The coin weighs and has a diameter of its size, makes it the smallest denomination in Australian currency, yet its design is quite striking. On one side, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting Australia's connection to the British monarchy. On the reverse side, there is the iconic echidna, a unique Australian animal known for its spines and shy nature. This design has remained consistent for many years, making it instantly recognizable. The background of this coin reflects Australia's wildlife and heritage, which adds an extra layer of charm for collectors around the world. Now let's talk about collector demand. Coins like the 2012 Australian 5 cents are generally not considered rare, because millions were minted. However, demand still exists, especially among beginner collectors and those who enjoy completing year sets. Collectors often look for coins in better condition, and a very fine coin is still quite desirable compared to heavily worn ones. Some collectors specifically focus on modern coins, and for them, a clean 2012 piece is a valuable addition. Demand also increased slightly if the coin has unique features, such as minting errors, unusual shine, or exceptional preservation. Even a common coin can become interesting if it stands out in some way. The beauty of coin collecting is that value is not only about rarity, but also about passion and completeness of a collection. Now comes the question everyone is waiting for. What is the current market value of a 2012 Australian 5 cents coin in very fine condition? In today's market, this coin typically holds a value close to its, which is $1.30, 0 Australian dollars. However, depending on the buyer and the condition, it may sell for around $145,000 to $175,000 Australian dollars. If the coin is exceptionally well preserved, or part of a complete set, the value could be slightly higher. But generally, it remains an affordable and accessible coin for collectors. It's important to understand that not every coin is about high monetary value. Sometimes the real worth lies in its story, its design, and the joy it brings to collectors. If you are a collector or planning to start collecting coins like this, there are a few helpful ideas to keep in mind. Always try to store your coins properly, preferably in coin holders or albums, to prevent scratches and environmental damage. Even a small improvement in condition can make a difference over time. Keep an eye on coins with unusual features. Sometimes a simple coin can turn into something special if it has a minting error or unique characteristic. Patience is also key in coin collecting. Values may change slowly, and building a meaningful collection takes time. Enjoy the process rather than focusing only on price. And finally, always keep learning. The more you understand about coins, the better decisions you can make as a collector. So the 2012 Australian 5 cents coin in very fine condition may not be extremely rare or highly valuable, but it is still a wonderful piece of history. It represents Australia's culture, wildlife, and monetary system, all in a small but meaningful form. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, coins like this remind us that collecting is not just about money, it's about passion, learning, and appreciation. Next up, today we're diving into an interesting and often overlooked coin that might already be sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change. We're talking about the Australia 5 cents coin from 1977 in very fine condition and what its value looks like in today's market. Let's begin with a little history. The Australian 5-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia shifted from the old pound system to the decimal currency system. By 1977, the coin had already become a familiar part of everyday life across the country. What makes the 1977 issue interesting is that it represents a period when coins were still widely used in daily transactions, meaning many were circulated heavily, but some survived in much better condition. Now let's talk about the condition, because this plays a huge role, in determining value. A coin described as very fine condition means it has been circulated but still retains a good amount of its original detail. The design elements, like the echidna on the reverse side, are clearly visible, though there may be some wear on the high points. The edges are still defined, and overall, the coin looks respectable and appealing to collectors. It's not brand new, but it's far from worn out, which gives it a nice balance between history and preservation. Moving on to the background and composition of the coin, the Australian 5-cent coin is made from cupronickel, which is a combination of copper and nickel. This composition makes the coin quite durable and resistant to corrosion, which is why many older coins, like the 1977 version, still exist in decent condition today. The coin features the iconic echidna design, created by Stuart Devlin, which has become one of the most recognizable images in Australian coinage. This design adds a layer of artistic and cultural value, making the coin more attractive to collectors around the world. Now let's explore collector demand. While the 1977 Australian 5-cent coin is not considered extremely rare, it still holds steady interest among coin collectors, especially those focusing on Australian decimal coins. Collectors appreciate coins that are well preserved and have historical significance, and the very fine condition places this coin in a desirable category for beginner and intermediate collectors. It's also a great entry point for people who are just starting their coin collecting journey because it is affordable and easy to find, yet still meaningful. When we talk about current market value, this is where things get really interesting. In today's market, a 1977 Australian 5-cent coin in very fine condition typically ranges from around $2.40 to $75,000. The exact value depends on factors like eye appeal, minor variations in condition, and where the coin is being sold. While this might not seem like a huge amount, it's important to remember that value in coin collecting isn't always about high prices. Sometimes it's about history, rarity, and the joy of building a collection piece by piece. For those of you who are collectors or thinking about becoming one, here are some helpful tips woven into this journey. Always pay close attention to the condition of your coins, as even small differences can affect value. Store your coins properly in holders or albums to protect them from damage and environmental exposure. It's also a great idea to learn about grading standards so you can better understand what makes a coin very fine versus fine or extremely fine collecting. And over time, even small coins like this one can become more valuable or meaningful. As we come to the conclusion, the 1977 Australian 5-cent coin in very fine condition may not be a rare treasure worth thousands, but it carries its own unique charm and value. It represents a piece of history, a snapshot of everyday life in Australia during the late 1970s, and a solid addition to any coin collection. Its affordability, durability, and recognizable design make it a wonderful coin for collectors of all levels. So next time you come across an old coin, don't overlook it. Take a closer look, learn its story, and you might discover a small but meaningful piece of history right in your hands. Next up, Today, we're going to explore a very interesting and often overlooked coin, the Australia 5 cents coin from the year 2000, especially in very fine condition. Many people think small denomination coins don't hold much value, but sometimes even a simple coin can tell a rich story and carry surprising worth in today's market. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the fascinating world of this coin, its history, condition, composition, collector demand, and of course, its current market value. The Australian 5 cents coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia switched to decimal currency. Since then, it has remained one of the most stable and widely used coins in the country. The year 2000 is particularly interesting because it marked the turn of the millennium, a time when many coins around the world gained extra attention from collectors due to the symbolic importance of the year. Now, when we talk about a very fine condition coin, we're referring to a coin that has seen some circulation but still retains clear details. The major features, such as the echidna design on the reverse side and the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, are still sharp and visible. There may be light wear, but nothing that heavily damages the design. A coin in very fine condition carries a balanced story. It has been used, it has traveled, and yet it has preserved its identity beautifully. This makes it appealing to collectors who appreciate both history and authenticity. The Australia 5 cents coin is made from cupronickel, which is an alloy of and. This composition gives the coin its silver-like appearance and makes it durable enough to withstand years of circulation. The coin weighs and has a diameter of. Its reverse features the short-beaked echidna, one of Australia's most unique animals, beautifully designed with intricate spikes that add artistic value to the coin. On the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II represents Australia's connection to the British monarchy, adding historical significance. This strong composition and iconic design are reasons why these coins remain in relatively good condition even after years of use. Now let's talk about collector demand, which is a key factor in determining any coin's value. The Australia 5 cents coin from 2000 is not considered extremely rare, as it was minted in large numbers. However, demand can still exist depending on condition and collector interest. Collectors who focus on Australian decimal coins or millennium-themed collections often look for coins from the year 2000. A coin in very fine condition can be attractive because it offers a good balance between affordability and quality. While it may not be a high-end rare coin, it still holds a place in many collections, especially for beginners and intermediate collectors. And sometimes coins like these become more valuable over time as older coins gradually disappear from circulation. Now comes the question everyone is waiting for: what is the current market value of the Australia 5 cents 2000 coin in very fine condition? In today's market, this coin typically ranges between around $248,000 to $2.75, Australian dollars. In some cases, if the coin is slightly better preserved or has exceptional eye appeal, it might fetch a little more, but generally, it remains in this modest range. It's important to understand that while the value may seem small, the real worth of such coins lies in their historical charm and collectible appeal. Every coin starts somewhere, and even low-value coins can become treasures in the future. For collectors, especially those who are just starting their journey, coins like this are a great opportunity. They are affordable, easy to find, and perfect for building knowledge and experience. Always pay attention to the condition of the coin. Even a small difference in wear can affect its value. Try to store your coins properly in protective holders to maintain their condition over time. It's also a good idea to learn about mintages and variations. Sometimes even common coins can have rare versions that are much more valuable. Stay curious, keep learning, and enjoy the process of collecting rather than focusing only on price. So the Australia 5 cents coin from the year 2000 in very fine condition may not be extremely valuable today, but it carries history, craftsmanship, and a story that makes it special. Every coin has its own journey, and as a collector, you become part of that journey. Remember, coin collecting is not just about money, it's about passion, patience, and discovery. Even the smallest coin can bring great joy and learning,